You could spend $10K on gear this year and still feel the same way you did with $500 worth of stuff. Sound harsh? Well, there's a reason that happens to nearly every audiophile, and I'm gonna explain why right now. Hey, what's up guys? So today we're diving into something that almost every audiophile, hobbyist, or gear geek has wrestled with at some point. That idea of an endgame audio system. You know, that mythic setup you think will finally make all your tunes sound perfect every time you hit play, forever. That system you tell yourself, once I get this, I'll never want anything else. Now, check this out. What if I told you that endgame might not be what you think it is, and that chasing it could make your hobby less fun over time? Let's unpack that.
The endgame illusion. Here's the thing. At some point, many folks in the hobby start to realize something surprising. Even after building what they hoped was an endgame setup, the excitement just fades. Gear they once thought was phenomenal soon becomes normal. You get used to it so fast, it's almost like your brain hits a reset button. Plenty of hobbyists say that after years of chasing upgrades, they hit what they thought was endgame, and then one day they just realize they're back to tweaking again, just because the thrill faded. It's a lot like the first time you plug in a new pair of headphones. You think it'll feel magic forever, and then a few months later, you barely notice the difference compared to what you had before. So what's actually going on here? Why endgame matters more in the mind than the sound? Now, this next bit is where things get really interesting, because it's about how our brains work. There's this psychological phenomenon called hedonic adaptation, which basically means we get used to good things really fast. So once the new gear smell wears off, your brain starts treating that killer system like just another piece of furniture in the room. That's why that perfect setup you dreamed of can start to feel just normal. Another factor is comparison and expectation. You might think, if I just upgrade this, my music will finally come alive. But often, all that ends up happening is your bar gets bumped a little further. So you look again, and suddenly you're collecting gear like it's some crazy reward system. Sounds familiar, right? Reframing endgame. It's a state of mind, not a destination. Here's a key insight people in the community keep coming back to. Endgame isn't really a final gear checklist. It's more like a mindset about how you approach your listening experience. Now listen, some folks who stop chasing upgrades obsessively actually say they enjoy their system more when they focus on the music, not the gear. And check out these ideas that come up again and again. Enjoy the journey. Don't rush through every experience just to get to the next upgrade. Rotate between gear if you have more than one system. Fresh ears can reset your perspective. Listen more, tinker less. Sometimes just sit down and press play. Treat endgame like end of this phase instead of end of everything. Switching between systems can keep things fresh. One practical trick, and this really gets talked about, is rotating gear, like owning both a tube amp and a solid-state amp and swapping between them. Not because one is better all the time, but because differences help keep your brain engaged. That novelty, even if it's small, keeps your interest alive, especially when one system starts to feel stale. And even better, having a secondary system or a portable setup lets you appreciate your main rig all over again every time you return to it. It's kind of like rediscovering it all over again. Focus on what truly affects sound. Now, so many people forget this. Room acoustics, speaker placement, and source quality can have a much bigger impact than swapping cables or chasing ultra-expensive tweaks. Great gear in a poorly treated space is like putting race tires on a car without an engine. It just doesn't reach its potential. That's why some systems that look average on paper can feel magical in real life, because the whole setup matters, not just individual pieces. A reality check. Gear isn't the only path to better sound. Here's another perspective, and this one's huge. Sometimes the thing that makes the biggest audible difference isn't the newest DAC or amplifier, it's the recording quality itself. A reference recording with excellent mastering, great mix, and wide dynamic range can sound better on a modest setup than a poorly recorded track played on a flagship rig. So when you think about improving your sound, remember this: incredible music in the right format can outshine any gear upgrade. Endgame versus diminishing returns. All right, now let's talk about something everyone in audio eventually hits: the classic diminishing returns effect. At higher price points, improvements tend to be smaller and harder to hear unless you have perfect listening conditions. It's like doubling the price only buys a tiny bit more sound quality. That doesn't mean high-end gear is bad. It just means you really have to think about what you're actually gaining from an upgrade. So is chasing endgame worth it? Here's the honest truth. If chasing gear makes you happy and you can afford it responsibly, that is totally cool. If collecting gear motivates you to explore music more deeply, also cool. But if it becomes a cycle of buy, compare, disappoint, repeat, that's when it stops being healthy and starts being stressful. Some members even say they've spent years chasing endgame, and in the end, they discover it was more about the pursuit than the possession. Some folks even revisit old gear and find it sounds fun again because their expectations have reset and they're no longer comparing everything to the newest system. Practical tips to enjoy your audio journey without burnout. Okay, now let's put this into practical terms. Set clear listening goals. Ask yourself, what am I trying to improve? Detail, soundstage, emotion, not what's newer. Budget it for fun and know when it's enough. If X dollars spent doesn't make you much happier than $0 spent, maybe stop. Rotate sources and formats. Try vinyl one week, high-res streaming another, or a portable setup on weekends. Variation keeps your ears engaged. Learn about room acoustics. Sometimes treating reflections and bass modes can change overall sound more than swapping components. Take listening breaks. If all you hear are flaws, take a break. Chances are, when you come back, you'll love what you have. Focus on music before gear. At its core, audiophilia is about enjoying music, not hearing every little test tone. The real endgame isn't a system, it's confidence. Let this be your final insight. Endgame isn't about owning the most expensive gear, it's about being confident in what you have and actually enjoying it. Once you reach that mind state, your system really becomes endgame, even if it's not the most costly setup in the room. Closing thoughts. So if you ever find yourself disappointed after a long upgrade journey, don't feel bad. You're not alone, and you're definitely not strange. Many hobbyists feel exactly the same, but by shifting your focus back to the music, tuning your environment, and being intentional about upgrades instead of impulsive upgrades, you'll enjoy your hobby far more than if you treat endgame like some unattainable finish line. At the end of the day, the best system is the one that makes you smile when you hit play. Like and share this video with someone who keeps on tinkering with audio systems. Subscribe to Headphones Pro Review for more informative content.